Hello everyone, this is Sally Cope providing an update on the UK market from Tourism Australia's office in Australia House, London. It is an intriguing time to be living and working in the UK. With time ticking down until Britain is due to leave the EU on the 29th of March, the media landscape is dominated by division and uncertainty. Despite all the political uncertainty surrounding Brexit, it is heartening to see that spending on travel remains a priority for British consumers. In fact, out-of-region travel has grown by almost 2% per annum. Australia is well placed to capitalise on this. Our destination market share remains steady and our brand health is strong. UK travellers are familiar with Australia and the many experiences we offer visitors. Added to that, our strong historical ties are proving valuable. Despite the expected negative growth against 2017, a year when visitor numbers were boosted by the Ashes series, the UK visitor arrivals for the year ending December 2018 remained on par at 733,400. In summary, the UK is Australia's third most important market by expenditure, with 733,400 visitors delivering $3.5 billion per annum. 85% of the market are leisure travellers who stay a median 17 nights and disperse well into Australia's regions. It's worth noting that just 35% are first-time visitors. So with 65% repeat visitation and a large number visiting friends and relatives, we have two key strategic opportunities. The first is to grow the market by targeting first-timers, because we know when people visit, they are highly likely to return. The second is to harness advocacy by leveraging the strong cultural ties and return visitors. Our research and insights into the UK consumer help guide the activities we conduct in the market. Here's what we know. Experiences that motivate UK travellers include Australia's distinctive nature and wildlife and our world-class food and wine. Safety and security is important, and so are friendly, open citizens. Combined, these two factors provide us with an opportunity to focus on the Australian personality in our marketing. Our purpose being to invite UK visitors to experience the Australian way of life. At Tourism Australia, we define our target market based on behavioural and attitudinal traits rather than demographics. Defined as high-value travellers, we're seeking to target UK residents who travel out of region, or more simply put, they travel long haul. They're considering or intending to travel to Australia. They have a preference for Australian-style experiences such as aquatic and coastal, food and wine, and nature and wildlife. And they represent high value, meaning they are likely to spend more, disperse further and stay longer. In the UK, we estimate this primary market size to be 2.1 million long-haul travellers currently considering travel to Australia. We know that they represent just 10.7% of the total market opportunity and that there are a further 5.1 million who do not currently have Australia on their radar, but they can be influenced by our marketing activity. Although much higher in the purchase funnel, this group represent a great opportunity for us to grow the market for travel to Australia. Just to reiterate, this target market in the UK are definitely high-value travellers. They stay on average 17 nights in Australia, they spend 2 to 3 times more than the average traveller, and 60% of them are FIT travellers who disperse into the regions. We currently have some interesting challenges in the UK market. As previously mentioned, Brexit negotiations are dominating the media landscape and causing distraction. Having said that, we're sensing a certain Brexit fatigue when talking to operators. It seems people are starting to lean back from the conversation and get on with life. We also still battle with the age-old idea that Australia is a once-in-a-lifetime holiday destination. This idea stems from the apparent time and distance involved. Despite this, we know if we can convert those first-timers to travel, the repeat visitation factor is high. So this is a challenge we work hard to overcome by focusing tactically on 2-week holiday itineraries for first-timers. Recently, the take-up of working holiday visas has softened, and as such, we have undertaken research to identify the key causes for this and how we can arrest the decline. As a result, we are launching a targeted campaign to inspire young Brits with the potential life benefits of taking a working holiday in Australia and how these experiences can really help them to stand out. Another major challenge is the stiff competition we face from other long-haul destinations. The emergence of Brand USA has provided a cohesive approach to marketing the US globally. And similarly, Canada's territories are closely aligned and offering distribution partners with a cohesive partnership platform to promote the country as a whole. Japan also continues to be the flavour of the month and will benefit from hosting some major international sporting events in the next couple of years, including the Rugby World Cup this year and the Tokyo Olympics in 2020. Despite all of these challenges, we've some real opportunities that we can also leverage. There's no doubting the strong connection held between Australians and Brits. In the words of one of our key distribution partners, there's a long-term commitment to Australia and the UK like no other destination. There's also a sense that as soon as a Brexit deal is done, it could release some pent-up demand for long-haul travel. We have a very competitive aviation landscape in the UK, which means getting to Australia is straightforward and represents great value. Our trade distribution partners are highly engaged and knowledgeable about the destination, and we have many specialist operators and a strong network of 3,000 Aussie specialist travel agents. Our PR team works closely with our UK-based Friends of Australia. This is a group of influential people including sports stars, celebrity chefs, media personalities, entrepreneurs and opinion leaders who have committed to share their time, their opinions and public profile to help promote Australia as a travel destination. The youth sector represents up to 25% of our total visitor arrivals, and we will continue to focus on this group, specifically targeted campaigns highlighting Australia's most unique attractions and life-changing experiences for young travellers. And then at the other end of the scale, the premium travel sector represents a large and resilient market in the UK. We have an opportunity to build our distribution network targeting luxury travellers and showcasing what defines a luxury experience in Australia. As already mentioned, the UK aviation landscape is competitive, which means airfares to Australia represent great value. Currently, there are more than 1,000 flights per week available on UK-Australia routes with one-stop connections of less than 5 hours. It's expected that low airfares will continue in this highly competitive aviation market. However, there have recently been slight airfare increases due to increasing fuel prices. Qantas direct flights between London and Perth are proving very successful, with the carrier reporting high load factors. Emirates, Qantas, Singapore Airlines and Etihad are the largest airlines servicing the Australian routes, and Emirates holds approximately 25% share of all UK visitor arrivals. The UK travel trade remains important for converting sales on Australian holidays. Online booking channels are growing in popularity with consumers, particularly for short-haul and point-to-point travel. However, traditional booking channels remain important for more complicated and higher value destinations like Australia. Our research tells us that 40% of first-time visitors will seek advice and book their Australian holiday with a travel agent. Some of the best-known UK distribution partners that sell Australia are increasing their investment in high street retail space. These companies, not surprisingly, continue to play a key role in converting consumers and influencing them to spend more, travel more deeply and widely, and stay a little longer. They also encourage consumers to pre-book more ground components and boost the overall spend per passenger. All up, the UK trade's Australian destination knowledge is really strong. Following the introduction of GDPR regulations, we now have a fully cleansed Aussie specialist database of almost 3,000 agents. Our team continues to provide them with training events and seminars to maintain our positive engagement with this valuable group of Australian sellers. At ATE in Perth this April, we expect a large delegation of UK buyers, with more than 30 buyers from the UK, including 6 first-timers to ATE. And in addition, throughout the year, we also provide our distribution partners with platforms and toolkits where they can leverage Tourism Australia marketing activity. For the remainder of this financial year, we have several activities planned. First of all, the continuation of our year-long content partnership with one of the UK's leading news outlets, The Telegraph, which is in collaboration with all of Australia's states and territories. We're turning our attention back to the youth market with a targeted campaign timed to the lead up of the end of the university year, when young travellers are considering a gap year. Our successful 25 Million Mates digital campaign has been refreshed and relaunched with a series of engaging videos highlighting the strong sense of mateship between Australia and the UK. And in partnership with Singapore Airlines, we have launched Undiscover Australia, a digital campaign which aims to re-energise British travellers' perceptions of Australia by providing compelling new reasons to visit. We are also planning some highly targeted premium famils for specialist trade and media who can inspire British consumers with what differentiates luxury travel in Australia. And finally, we're gearing up for a strong UK presence at ATM Perth this April. We look forward to meeting many of you there. And for those who can tune into ITV, we also have the ongoing series Australia with Julia Bradbury, which is currently reaching approximately 2.5 million British viewers weekly. Thanks very much for listening. If you'd like to know anything further, please feel free to contact me by email at scope@tourism.australia.com.